Last week, Arizona State University basketball coach Bill Frieder said, Pullman is a dump. The town stinks. Here now with a rebuttal to Coach Frieder's remarks is the president of the Pullman Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Clem Wilson.
I heard what that son of a from Arizona said about Pullman. All I can say to that is, why don't you go back to that desert where you came from, grab a cactus and shove it up your Pullman is the best city in this country. If we ever see your sorry this town again, we'll kick the out of you. That's all I gotta say. Except one more thing. Go Cougs. Thank you.
This is Almost Live, and now here's tonight's special guest announcer, King 5's Brian Tracy. Brian?
Hi, this is Brian Tracy. Be sure to watch Evening weeknights at 7:30 right here on King 5, the home team.
Thanks, Brian. And now, here he is.
John Keister.
Thank you so much. Well, the big entertainment news this week is that the details of Eddie Murphy's movie contracts were made public. You might be interested to know that while making the movie Coming to America, Eddie Murphy's contract gave him $8 million up front, plus 15% of the gross, which came to around $50 million, plus a few other perks. For example, an around-the-clock limo and driver, a personal trainer, a valet, 5 assistants, and $5,000 a week in living expenses. Well, oh yeah, I know, pretty good. Well, okay, I'm not as big of a star as Eddie Murphy, but I have my own contract. Now, I'm not bragging, but I'm known as a pretty tough cookie at the bargaining table, so I thought you might be interested in some of the perks I got written into my contract. For example, King has to upgrade all my 8-track tapes to cassettes. I get a lifetime membership to Costco. In the dressing room, a bowl of applets and cotlets with no cotlets. Otherwise, I'll trash the place. 1 cotlet, I'll trash the place. I get one of the tall lockers in the men's locker room. I get permission to speak with Jean Anderson if I see her in the hall. I have an assistant to rent and return adult videos so as not to tarnish my image. I can go back for seconds on Nacho Day at the King Cafeteria. I get diplomatic immunity in Snohomish County. A bigger desk than Brian Tracy. Guaranteed seating at any restaurant if available. I'm excused from King 5's mandatory urine tests. And I get to use company phones to harass old girlfriends. That's right. I get all of that in my contract, all of that. I had to fight for that because the entertainment business is a jungle. But every once in a while, a new show comes along that restores my faith in television. We've got a great new member of the home team family of shows, and here's a special preview just for you.
Coming to the primetime lineup on King 5.
Let's do it.
Yeah, rapping and rocking, jamming and talking with Tom Logan, a wild thing. Hi, Randy Scott with you, everybody. Good morning. He's Seattle's most dynamic radio personality.
Thanks for listening to the Randy Scott Show, everybody.
But when the air shift ends, his real vocation begins. DJ Priest. Uniquely qualified to be a friend and counselor.
Father, I really need to talk to you.
It's about 23 past the hour now. Weatherman calling for overnight lows of about 32 degrees. What's on your mind, Judy?
Oh, well, my boyfriend and I, we've been fighting a lot lately. I've been really angry towards him.
Hey, Judy, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let him under your skin, and then you'll begin to make it better. It's about 23 past the hour.
DJ Priest, always finding the right words.
And remember, anytime you feel the pain, hey, what's your name?
Angela.
Hey, Angela, refrain. Don't carry the world upon you.
Little wonder that he's the city's #1 parish priest.
Hi, everybody. Good morning and welcome to St. Francis Church. I'm Father Randy Scott with you. It's a couple of minutes past the hour. We have comfortable 68 degrees in here. We've got more teaching, less preaching this morning as we're going to pay tribute to the man upstairs because he's #1. Okay, well, before we get to that, it's time to play Name That Psalm. Come on up here, kids. We got a couple of kids going to play Name That Psalm. What do you think?
Father Randy, I can name that psalm in 5 words.
How about you?
I can name it in 4.
I can name it in 3.
I could do it in 2.
Okay, name that psalm.
Okay, here it goes. The Fool.
Psalm 53.
It is the 53rd Psalm. Congratulations.
Yes, he's DJ Priest.
Okay, it's about 14 minutes past the hour now. We've got a pair of tickets to that big pancake breakfast coming up next Sunday right here at the Parish Center. To the person sitting in pew number 4, seat number 6. Where are you?
Hey!
There you are. Congratulations. Okay, everybody, if you're turning your hymnal now to page 63, here it is.
Solid gold.
Going back a few hundred years now, this is Ave Maria. Okay, we got time to take a phone call? Let's do it. Hi, you're on the air.
Do you have the CYO basketball score?
Yeah, St. Martin's ripped St. Stephen's 60-43. It was a great game.
Hey, terrific. Thanks,
You
Father.
bet. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
B9. B9. Does anybody have bingo yet?
He's an exciting new presence coming soon to prime time.
Oh, 63. Okay, everybody, that about does it for this morning. Thanks a lot for coming. Remember, next Sunday is no repeat Sunday. If you hear the same hymn twice, you'll win yourself $100. Now, who's your favorite parish priest?
Father Randy Scott.
DJ Priest. Coming soon to prime time.
Bless you.
Okay, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back. Right back.
The following is a production of Cable Learn 8 from the Extension Services of the Evergreen State College.
Okay, welcome to Activist Training 101, where we say better active today than radioactive tomorrow. And that's a good starting point for today's class, isn't it? Slogans and chanting. You know, when the president comes to town, you're all together in a group, you want to chant something. It's best to keep it simple and make it rhyme. Now, if the vice president is here, it's helpful to use numbers, okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, U.S. out of El Salvador. 1, 2, 3, 4, we don't want your stupid war. 1, 2, 3, 4, no nukes next door. You know, keep it simple, okay? If you recall that embarrassing episode last Earth Day when people started chanting 1, 2, 3, 4, stop the depletion of the ozone layer by the use of chlorofluorocarbons. Rhythmically, it's off. It's off. It's wrong. We don't want that happening again. It made the whole protest look bad. Okay, enough about that. You get the idea. Now, we see a lot of activists today throwing blood on people who wear fur coats. Now, people should be ashamed to wear fur. But I'll tell you, some of those activists should be even more ashamed at their poor blood-throwing form. I can tell you, none of them took my class. Okay, remember now. Go on to demonstrate here. When throwing blood on a fur-wearing capitalist, you grab the bucket underhand, both hands on the bucket, you keep your eye on the target, release the blood, and follow through. See, follow through. It's very important. Very good form. Good. Now, when throwing oil at the Exxon station, that's different. Bend your knees, get lower, just like bowling, just like that, yeah. Great form, Ed, great form. You're a pleasure. That's great. Okay. And while we're talking about form, let's talk about our group die-ins. That's when we pretend to die in a big group downtown to protest American support for the fascist governments in Central America, the Trident base, or just nuclear power in general. Now, how do we die? Do we just plop down? No, I say be interpretive. Feel the pain. Oh, get creative. We're dying. Oh, it's so terrible. Oh, I'm dying. The oppression. Oh, how nuclear. Oh, and we're all dead. There. Now, see, now isn't that's much more effective. Much more. That'll tie up traffic. And when they drag you off, remember, stay limp, go limp. Okay. All right. Let's talk about petition signing. Hey, if you don't get those signatures, we can't save the spotted owls no matter how many trees we spike, right? Okay. Now, one of the best strategies is hiding behind the campfire girl. Come on out, Dave. Come on out. Okay. You wait until the people when they've bought the cookies, be right there with the petition. See? Hit them right when they don't know. Hit them like they don't know what hit them, right? And there's another name for the cause. Thank you very much, Dave. That was very good. Thank you very much. Okay, now remember, if you're working the Bellevue Mall, try to make your petition look like a Nordstrom charge receipt. Most people just sign those automatically. Nordstrom's. Now that brings up another good point. You have to dress for success at a demonstration. The big fashion statement this year, gas masks. They express the whole horror of technology thing while protecting you from tear gas, incense, and all that patchouli and stuff. So that's very nice. Thank you. Now, some tips for protesting in the local area. If you're planning a demonstration at the Seattle Center, stay away from the International Fountain, or people may think that your group is responsible for the music. Also, very important, when staging a sit-down demonstration at Boeing, stand up. Otherwise, the management will simply think that you work there. Okay. Now, that's about all the time we have for this class. Next week, a special for you Greenpeacers, we're going to show you how to ram a 40,000-ton tanker with an air mattress and teach you all the chords to give peace a chance. Okay, now, have an active day, and we'll see you next week. Well, we're back. You know, we kid the activists, but weren't the 60s a great decade? I certainly think so, and I think partially that was because of the great protest music we had of the 60s, those wonderful anthems we all could feel involved. Well, we've just also gone through quite a remarkable decade, the wonderful 80s, and I think that it's a good time to take a retrospective on the wonderful protest songs from that decade. And now you've got the wonderful opportunity to relive them again with this special television offer. Take a look.
Why, oh, why do they keep on preempting moonlighting?
Now, available for the first time anywhere. Protest Songs of the 80s. Performed by the only folk duo still alive, Riley and Nelson. You'll get the 80 greatest protest songs of the last decade, including Bring Back the Old Coke.
Please, please, bring back the old Coke. Please, please, bring back the old Coke.
Hits like Free Ivan Boesky. Why Did They Split Up, AT&T. Hang Down Your Head, Pete Rose. The Ballad of Walter Mondale. You'll get 80 songs of outrage.
Somebody stop the California raisins.
80 songs of passion.
I have to get a BMW or I'll die.
80 songs of defiance.
Get off, get off, get off, you damn cockle.
And more great protest songs like Don't Kill Off Spock. We Want Red M&Ms. Go Tell Ted Turner to Quit Colorizing Movies. I'm Sick of Cajun Food. Smokers Are the Scum of the Earth. Oliver North Was Framed. Oh yeah? Well, I'll sue your sorry butt.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll sue your sorry butt. I will sue your sorry butt.
These are the songs that united a generation and changed the social conscience of a nation.
Nintendo has sucked out my brain. Nintendo has sucked out my brain.
Order now the protest songs of the 80s. $19.95 for the CD, $14.95 tape or record. Limit 2 per household, please.
Well, if you watch any TV at all, and gosh, we sure hope you do, you'll notice there's a big trend of serious issues shows that really take a hard look into the serious issues of our day. And we found a new one that we think is pretty interesting. We'd like you to take a look. People with extreme lifestyles. Are they sick or just eccentric? Should they be locked up or allowed to live in the house next door? All right, what about it, huh? Do you want one in your neighborhood? What about?
In my neighborhood, I got kids. No way.
Not in my backyard. That's the tune that everybody knows. With us today is Dr. Ralph Bevins from the Center of Extreme Lifestyles. Dr. Bevins, are these people dangerous? Do they need to be locked up?
Phil, no, absolutely not, Phil. They just need our understanding and acceptance. They're just like us underneath.
Okay, and with us today, one of Dr. Bevins' patients. This is a Mr. Scott Schaefer, who has chosen to go through life without a stocking on his head. Now, Scott, when did this lifestyle begin for you?
Well, Phil, as a teenager, I experimented with pulling my stocking up a little bit over my chin. And then I got curious, and I kept pulling it up until it finally came off. And then I realized I was more comfortable without a stocking on my head.
Now, isn't this just a desperate cry for help? Aren't you just saying, hey, if you loved me, if you really loved me, then you'd love me without the stocking on my head? Isn't that what this is all about?
No, I can just breathe better and see better without a stocking on my head.
Phil, Scott is in denial right now. I've only been working with him a short time. I think now he's very vulnerable.
Okay. All right, Doctor. Now let's ask the other. All right, let's ask the people.
Phil, it's just not right.
Okay, all right, just now. Sick.
I think you should be hosed.
What does
Guys, I'm figured out.
It's a free country.
What's the difference?
We're talking about extreme lifestyles. When we come back, you'll meet a man who does not keep Jell-O in his underwear. As DonnyBrook continues. Whoa. Just, wow. That was like an episode of The Twilight Zone, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, we've got to go away to a break right now, but when we come back, we'll recap the questions of our fabulous 70s challenge and show you some of the intriguing entries we've got so far. So we'll be right back.
The 50s, clean cut, all-American, happy.
The 60s, radical, life-changing, violent. The 70s.
The 70s? You gotta be kidding me.
No, we're not. In fact, we're basing an entire Almost Live contest around the 70s. That's how important we think the 70s were. This is Almost Live's 70s Challenge. A three-part contest that could win you a grand prize trip to Los Angeles to see a taping of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, or maybe that other guy. You and a friend could fly round trip on Alaska Airlines and stay 2 nights at the Sheraton Grand Hotel. It's easy to enter, so take Almost Live's 70s Challenge. Here's John Keister with the information.
Okay, last week I told you the final ingredient in our fabulous Almost Live 70s Challenge, and we'll be announcing the winner on next week's show, but there's still time to enter. Here's what you need to do. On a piece of paper, write down the answers to these 2 questions. In the 70s, pukas, A, drove barracudas and drank Schlitz, B, hung around your neck, or C, grew wild in Northern California. Okay, for the second question, fill in the blank with this lyric from a Peter Frampton song. Woke up this morning with a blank in my hand. Finally, we need a photograph of you in the 70s. Send the entire packet to Almost Live's 70s Challenge, 333 Dexter Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98109. Now, We've gotten quite a few so far, and we'd like to show you some of the pictures that have been gracing our mailbox this week. We have some of these great 70s pictures. Let's see. There's a good one. Guy in a Santa can there. Some nice bell bottoms. Notice the bell bottoms there, very interesting. A good 70s high style. Good 70s hairstyle there. Notice the leather jacket in this one, really 70s. Nice eating there. Good one there. Good one, yeah. Almost looks like Bill Nye there. Now that's a classic one there. Doesn't that just say 70s to you? You've probably got something like that laying around your house. So just if you do, send them in to us. Send in your entry. Almost Live 70s Challenge, 333 Dexter Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98109. We need to have all the entries in here into the station by this Wednesday, Valentine's Day at 5 p.m. Good luck, and we'll see you next week.